Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. Oh, I got something fun tonight. I enjoyed doing this one. I enjoyed taking care of this one. Do you remember when the phone rang and you ran to answer it? You know the phone used to ring, ding, 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 and everybody would run to get to the phone. You couldn't wait to answer that phone. I mean, it would ring and somebody get that phone because you didn't have a one phone. All right, and then it'd be five people trying to wait for the other people to get the phone. But you remember the phone would ring and you just couldn't wait to answer the phone. And so now, I said, okay, you didn't check who it was. You didn't hesitate. You just picked it up. You didn't look at the phone, wonder who it was. You didn't do anything. You just, let me get the phone. And then kids would fight over who would answer the phone. I got the phone. It's my turn to answer the phone. All that went on when the phone rang. Ring, 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 ring. Ring, 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 ring. It would ring through the house. People would hear that, and the doors would be open. People could hear other people's phones ringing. And the phone ringing meant something. It had a certain sound to it because they all sound the same. But it was the phone ringing. And you didn't hesitate to go and get it. And so now, that was back then. Because the phone meant something. The phone meant connection. You were connected. Somebody was calling to connect, to tell you something, invite you somewhere, give you some information, to have, say a few words, but it meant something. The phone ring-a-ling-a-ling meant something. It meant family, right? It meant friends. It meant some news, good and bad, and laughter. And I like this part. When I got to this part, I said laughter. I love the laugh part. Remember you could sit on the phone and laugh? It was nothing like being on the phone laughing. Laughter on the phone had a different ring to it. You would just kick your legs up and lie across the bed and fall all over on the bed and scream and holler and beat the bed. There was nothing like laughing while on the telephone. Sometimes you stayed on the phone for hours talking about nothing and everything at the same time. You remember those days? You talked about nothing and everything at the same time. How many of y'all would get, when you got the long cord, because you could miss your parents to get you the long cord, and you take the phone all the way in your room and be able to talk on the phone. You had one phone. So the phone had a long cord, went outside, went to the back door, it went out the window, it just went everywhere. The phone had some kind of fun to it. And you remember that. And we didn't call it, whatever right here. Sometimes you stayed on the phone for hours talking about nothing and something at the same time. And we didn't call it mental health, but somehow it kept us well. That's what I like. And somehow the phone was positive. And everybody didn't have a phone. You mind if I use your phone? You all don't remember those days. And see, you don't remember the phone that I remember. There was two pieces to the phone, not the phone that you know. I had a phone I was going to bring in here, but I don't know what I did with it. But anyway, it had a little piece like this, and it connected to something down here. And you took this part and put it to your ear, was a cord, and you spoke. Now, when I came along with the phone, you picked it up and got on the phone, and you hear some people talking. You say, hey, Miss Jones, is this Miss P. Cole's granddaughter? Yes, ma'am. You need to call your mama? Yes, ma'am. Me and Miss Harris, we'll be off the phone in a few minutes. It was called a party line. And you knew all the people on the party and everybody knew you. And sometimes I would have to call back to my mother's house, at my grandmother's house, or I would say, grandmama want to call mama. And I had to tell the person on the phone, and they said, well, we'll be off in a minute. Oh, my goodness, that phone got some memories for me. I know you all don't remember. Y'all too young to remember some kind of phone that had a party line. But I remember. Somewhere along the way, something changed. Now we screen our calls. We let it ring. Oh, baby, I let it ring till Jesus come back. We say, I'll call them back later. I got the little message thing to say, I'll call you back later. Sometimes we don't call back at all. I'm not guilty of that. If I push the thing, the bottom of the message thing, and say, I'll call you back later, I am going to call you back later. I may be later, but I am going to call you back because something's going on at that time. And sometimes we talk about something's changed and now we screen the calls, we let it ring. Sometimes you just don't feel like talking. You don't feel like talking right then, and so you don't want to offend anybody. I've had times where I just don't want to offend the person on the other end of the phone because the other end of the person on the other end of the phone is, happy, and I know they're going to be happy and they're friendly, and what's going on with me at that point, it's not good. And so I screen my calls, and sometimes I don't answer. And people want to call me in the morning. I don't know why people want to call me in the morning. People, they're not my friends because my friends know you don't call me in the morning. You can tell people who don't know me because they call in the morning. And it goes straight to voicemail. And after a while, it might dawn on you if you call me and it goes straight to voicemail in the morning, I'm not answering that call. I don't know. The people don't get it. But it's not just because we don't care. It's because we're tired. We are tired. Did you hear the presidential speech today? I'm tired. Well, I'm wore out just from listening. I'm just wore out with everything. The plastic food, the you can 3D paper and make it look like a steak and then put steak sauce on it and then pack it up and put it in a package. Put a little meat in there and freeze it up and then put something else. They got two meats they put together and then it'll make the meat more red. What? I'm tired. I'm just tired. It's not because we don't care. It's because we're tired. And so not just physically tired, we're life tired. I talked about that yesterday, lifing. We're life tired. We are life tired. Say it with me. Life tired. And after that speech today, I'm life tired. I'm conversation tired. You know how you just don't feel like talking? You ever had a be still and know that I am God day? There's a Bible verse in the Bible. I know a verse, yes. Be still and know that I am God. You ever have those kind of days that you're just going to be still and know that he's God? Just be still. Just not talk to anybody. I don't care who it is. Just I'm not talking to that. I'll talk later on because your conversation tired. You're explaining tired. Ooh. Let me go through my little list I got. You life tired. Your conversation tired. You explaining tired. And you're carrying things we don't talk about tired. I'm going to say that again. Because I know y'all listen to me because you do listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. Your life tired. Okay? Your conversation tired. You're explaining tired. Oh my God. I'm so explaining tired. How many of y'all explaining tired? Oh, goodness. Goodness. And you're carrying things we don't talk about tired. I know I got a lot of that. Just some things you just don't want to talk about. Just, you have to catch your breath. You're just tired. So now we protect our own peace. That's how we do it, by not answering that phone. When I don't answer the phone, sometimes I just don't answer because I just need that minute. It's not that I don't want to talk to the people. I like the people who call me. Mostly 99% I like the people who call me. When they do call me, I have days when nobody calls me. And I said, nobody called me today. And then I said, okay, it's okay. Because they also are having a be still and know that I'm God. And I just wondered, is this a trait of a certain age group? Maybe, because I'm a woman of a certain age. And are we not talking as much? I think I'm not talking as much. I had two people pass away, Ellen Wade and Janice Sykes. Been knowing them a long time. They passed before me. Anyway, we protect our peace. We choose when to answer, who to answer, and how much to give. Now that is for real. We choose when to answer. So I'm not answering that right now. Who to answer. I'll call him or her back. How much to give. Have you ever gotten off the phone and was exhausted? Have you ever talked to people that you just lost your breath? Have you ever talked to people that you had to get some water? Have you ever talked to people you had to get a fan? You had to sit down. You were exhausted when you finished listening to them. You ever talk to people that, how you doing? And that's all you got out of your mouth. And they list everything, every ailment, every ailment of the people next door, across the street, around the corner, up the street, people they just met the other day, every negative thing. You just exhausted. You're like, oh, then you say, okay, well, it's nice talking with you. You haven't said anything. You've just been listening. Anyway, and let's tell the truth. Sometimes we look at that phone and say, if it's important, they'll text. Oh yeah, and some of them, don't you do that? So that needs to be a text before I get in that phone. That person needs to text me, and I'll answer it. Mm-hmm. And if they don't text, you say, well, it must not have been that important. Ooh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, 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 run to the phone. Now the phone is right by you. You do this. But here's the question. Is this peace? Are you peaceful with it? Are you at peace? Or is it distance? Good question. Is it peace? Or is it distance? Which one is it? Are we protecting ourselves? Are we really protecting ourselves? Or slowly disconnecting from the very thing we used to need? Are we disconnecting? Sometimes I feel like I'm disconnecting. I like the peacefulness of sometimes, but I feel disconnected. Do you feel disconnected sometimes? You just don't want, you look at it. I really should put mine over here. You look at it. Here it is. And you just look at it. And just look at it. And you go, You're disconnecting. Are you at peace? But that's life, you know. We live in life. We've learned to protect our peace. And it's easy with the phone. Because that phone, when it rings, it can't see in your house, not yet. Although they're working on it. When it rings, you can do something so people, but if it rang automatically and they could see automatically, I wouldn't like that. But they could see that you're there. How do you know the person's there? You don't know. You just have to make assumptions. So they don't know you're there. So are you protecting your peace or are you disconnecting? But we still need connection, just differently. We still need connections. We still need connections. We still need connections. We just need it differently. I'm sorry, I wrote my stuff and I wrote it back in. Let me see. Oh yeah, I think I got it all there. I would be taking that. Oh, this is the part I missed. Yeah. So I said, okay, are we slowly disconnecting from the very thing we used to need? Okay, what is it that we used to need? When it rang, we needed to hear that voice on the other end, whatever voice that is. We didn't know who the voice was because we didn't have caller ID. We had that one phone. They had the long cord. And when we were fancy, we had the cord that was curly, you know, when we got fancy. And we couldn't wait to answer the phone to see who was on the other end. So we can go and tell somebody who called. It was fun having a phone. A phone meant something good and warm and family, you know. Um, but maybe it's not about going back. Maybe it's about being intentional. So what about going back to that? I don't know if we can get back to that, but we can be intentional. Anything, and let me see, answering when it matters, reaching out when it's needed, staying connected without losing ourselves. Now, this is a point. Answering when it matters, reaching out when it's needed, staying connected without losing ourselves. So you do answer it. I answer. I see some numbers come up on here. I'm going to stop what I'm doing. You do that, you can stop. I don't care what is going on. I can be in the middle of everything and say, I got to take that. Mm-hmm. If this is your child or they calling you, you're just not going to let it ring because you need to know. Because if anybody knows anything about where you are, what you're doing, it's going to be a child. Sometimes they forget. But if a child calls, you're going to answer the phone. You're going to answer the phone with your a parent, and you're going to answer it if it's a family member or your lawyer. But some people you're going to answer the phone for. Because at the end of the day, we still need each other. We just need each other differently now. I mean, I still want this to ring. I really want it to ring. There's some people I really want to hear from. Like I'm looking for some people now. I really want to hear from a friend of mine died, was killed in a car wreck. And because I got a new phone, I don't have her children's number in my phone. And I'm sure the children are just distraught. Adult children. But I don't have the number, and nobody I know has the number. So I can't reach out. But I wish for some reason, I was hoping that they would find my number. But they only have their mother's cell phone. They may not be able to get into that. We don't know what happened. The wreck was really bad. She died in the wreck. It just, I still connected to it. We're connected to it in more ways than one now. Because it's an appendage now. It stays with us. It's always with us. It's connected in some kind of way. We got it by the bed. Everywhere we go, we got to have it plugged in somewhere. I don't know. We're staying connected because at the end of the day, we still need each other. I still need somebody to call me on this phone. I still need you. I still need you. We just need each other differently now. We don't answer the phone like we used to. We don't answer the phone like we used to. We used to run to the phone, and now we look at it and decide if we feel like answering it. That's not cold. That's not rude. That's life. It's not cold. It's not rude. It's just life. Yep. We'll learn to protect our peace. It's just life, I still remember, though, when the phone would ring in the house. There are memories that we have about a telephone. And I wanted to bring up some of those memories tonight just to have an opportunity to stop and reflect on our past and the fun we used to have with the telephone. And remind ourselves that it's still a phone. It's a computer also. It's a phone. It's a Bible. It's a book. It's so many things now. It's not a bad thing. It's just the way we handle it. We handle it differently than we did. But we can still laugh on it. We can still love on it. We can still make jokes on it. We can still have fun on it. We stay connected with it. And don't throw away your connections. No. Just work on your peace. The peace that you get. As they say, the peace beyond all understanding. And know that I love you. Oh, you like these? and you can't do anything about it.